when you face your fears head on, you ask yourself, I'm telling you right now, the only thing that I have learned that last year was just more of a fucking knocker. He goes, what is the one thing that scares you the most? And just go do it.
Yeah.
Just go do it. Taking action in any direction is that you have to move. Hey guys, thank you so much for being here. Just wanted to reach out and personally say thank you. Thank you for subscribing. And if you haven't, please go so right now. It means so much for us. All right. If you get any value whatsoever, please share it with somebody. All right. And listen, as Daniel always says, buy his shit. Because honestly,
That's fucking
stop,
hilarious.
dude. Why you made me laugh? No, but listen, honestly, what it is real simple. All right. Your support is our support. You will be able to give you guys more information about our personal lives and what honestly helped us get through our day to day may actually help you. If you get any value whatsoever, go ahead and hit that bell and subscribe. Maybe some of us crazy shits may actually help you. Once again, thank you so much for being here and buy my shit.
And buy my shit. And link is in the description. All right.
Yeah, that's it.
What's up, dude? Sitting here. I've been wait for a minute, like fucking anticipating this today. I don't know what was going on, but how the fuck have you been?
I missed you, brother. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I mean, it hasn't been that fucking long. It's only been a week.
Well, hold on. No, it's now. See, what happened was that we spoke once, and you were sick as dogs after New Year, so it was like really about 30 seconds, 30 minutes. It wasn't even that much, right? And then after that, we talked another time, and it wasn't that much, and then we haven't talked in like 2 weeks.
Has it been that fucking long? There's no way. All right, so let me think about this for a second. So, because Colorado after Christmas was when I was cramping, so we were only on for like a quick second, and then we got back and we spoke on New Year's Day. All right,
Okay, that was New Year's Day.
oh,
I know we had spoken once, and
yeah,
then
and,
we've been silent for 2 weeks. So.
and then when I fucking my birthday was the 11th, and we were
Yeah.
supposed to fucking talk the 11th, but I had been up all night fucking puking on the 10th.
Dude, you should have seen me. I had a whole fucking, I was gonna record like, yeah, happy
Mm.
birthday, motherfucker.
No,
And I was like, damn it, he's sick.
yeah, nah, it's fucking bullshit. So, and it was like a really fucking nice experience too. Great restaurant, great music, fucking great food. However, everywhere I go, I always look at the menu and think what might have eggs in it. And fucking, I just didn't fucking think of it. It was either the egg wash on the fish, but I doubt that that was it because I've consumed that plenty of times. When they fry it, but they didn't fry it, so they baked it. So I don't know if it got hot enough. But it was the dessert that they gave me for my birthday because it was like a cheesecake, fucking layered, delicious. That and that's when I was like throwing up, and everything was sweet. Like I was trying to drink water, and it tasted like sugar. And I was just like, fuck. And I was like, that was it. It didn't digest it at all. And like if ever I have a allergy attack consuming like non-organic egg yolks, whatever the fucking feed the chickens, that shit's fucking bad. At least it's bad for me. Um, but whatever antibiotics, steroids, whatever the fuck it is. So that shit puts me down for about 24 hours. This time it lingered with stomach issues for probably like 3 days. So yeah, it was a good time. And then of course, I got told that I was going to work on my birthday. So I ended up going into work Sunday night and worked overnights until I think I got off Wednesday morning, and then I went back to days on Thursday, and then I'm back on nights tonight. So I'm very happy with my employer right now. That experience makes me so joyful. Um, but it is what it is. It is fucking. I told my wife I had to work Sunday night again. She's like, "I'm sorry." I was like, "It fucking pays the bills." Like, that's the bottom line about it is that it literally just fucking pays the bills and allows us to do shit. So yeah, fuck it. So yeah, that'll be But then I looked at the 3 week look ahead, and guess what? I'll be on nights for like the next 2.5 weeks. So as long as it's fucking, you guys are gonna stick me on nights for fucking 2.5 weeks, that's cool. But don't fucking pull me off nights and then tell me to work fucking 2 days and then put me back on nights because then like I only had yesterday off and now I have to go to work today. So and I'm on salary. So I'm gonna have a conversation with the HR lady tomorrow when I wake up, and I'm just like, hey, it's like I do expect to see overtime on my check because you guys told me if I had to work fucking weekends, then you guys are gonna pay me overtime. And contrary to what you guys believe, like fucking Sunday is still part of the fucking weekend, and me having to come in every Sunday night for the next month, you guys are gonna fucking pay me for it. So we'll see how that conversation goes. But it just is what it is. If not, I still make good money, but I'm gonna get what I can out of it. So how the fuck have you been? You been sick for a week? You pissing out your asshole and that shit? So cool. Good for you. So the bar's pretty low right now, though. So you just, yeah. Anything on top of that is fucking phenomenal.
No, no. Fortunately, no, no. Fortunately, I've been held. There was some little down under the weather, um, and that was because I started following my thoughts a little bit, um, in the sense of how can let me see here, dude. Since the end of December 20 around the 28th, I've been working on one airplane up until
Shit. It's the same airplane.
up until I'm gonna use maybe tomorrow as an only because I'm it still has to do with airplane stuff on that airplane. So I finished the airplane 2 days ago. It flew yesterday and I haven't heard a fucking peep. I haven't sent the and I see that it's got scheduled flights, so I'm like golden. But that one job, um remember how I said, just speak and whatever it is. I've noticed that. I noticed that when I went to North Carolina, I set a specific number. I verbally said a specific number. That's exactly what came in. This is the same thing that I just realized. It hasn't been much, but it's it was when I remember saying I need 15 grand, like for example, right? And I said, I'm going to take advantage that Trump isn't here and then, you know, and so
Mm-hmm.
forth. I said all that. Great. Fantastic. So that one airplane, that's exactly what more or less what paid, you know. If now things are shifting in the sense of the shop that calls me for all this work, it's because they're busy. At least so I thought. I just came in here and you know, and then as I'm working on this airplane, I'm noticing that they're cleaning house also. You know, they're moving, they're doing things, and I get a phone call from from the one of the owners, and she's like, she goes, I need to know how we're gonna pay you this week. And I was like, okay, that's fine. You know, organizing everything. And remember, I have my debt that I've been paying back. You know, I've been paying back my debt with them, $2,000 a month, dude. You
Mm.
know, I've been paying them $500 a week for yeah, about 6, 7 weeks now, 8 weeks. You know, I mean, fuck, that's decent money. And so she's like, you know, because every time check will come in, I told her, I was like, listen, I'm noticing that you're charging $175 an hour, and I don't. I said that's not money that I get, of course, but you're still paying me when you used to charge $135 an hour. So, so I said, listen, I'm not backing down of anything, but this is the last job I do for you guys at this rate. Just letting you know. Well, when you come in here and renegotiate, I said, like, I don't renegotiate. Just,
Oh man.
Nelson was sitting next to me and he goes, you know, because
Mm.
he knows who I'm speaking to.
Hmm.
And this is Mama Bear. This is Mama Bear. This woman has fed me for the last 10 years and protected me. And I love her. And that's like, I'm not backing out of anything, but it's not, I haven't worked with you guys for a year. I proved that you
I
keep
don't
calling me. Yeah,
know.
no. So I said, this is the last job I'll do at this rate. She goes, all right. That was it. The airplane took off 2 days ago. That's why I said tomorrow, Monday, I got to go take the work order and the parts and all that shit and just wipe my hands. I don't. I really want to go um, when there's no one there. I just want to drop off my shit and leave. Um, I don't want to speak to anybody. I do have some things that you're going to be like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "Yeah." So here we go. That's the parts that sucked. The parts that were like, "What the fuck?" So throughout this time since I've been working with Nelson and so forth, I they're also fucking him over. By the way, and that is one of the reasons why I'm bringing something up. So he's a W-2 employee, right? But he doesn't go in and clock in because he's not going into a hangar. When I use him, I just say come and we take off, right?
Mm.
So to me, his day should begin when he leaves the house and comes back to the house, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people don't fucking agree with that shit.
Yeah.
Higher ups.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you're a contracting and this and that, and he has perks.
They
I'm
try
like,
to fuck
really,
everybody.
perks? I'm
Yeah.
like, what fucking perks, dude? This is her telling me because I got an email saying that they're not going to pay him the hours that I logged, and I'm like, wait a moment. I'm not using him to make extra money because I know I don't have him anymore. I used
No.
to pay his fucking salary, you know? So I'm not using his hours anymore. I know that. I am literally billing them, puppy, 8, 10, 12 hour days. I'm not billing, you know what I mean? I'm not billing astronomical. I'm not, you know? It's one thing what I work, one thing what I bill. You know what I do, right?
Yeah, I know what you do.
But I'm like, I'm not billing them, and I'm like, and then because I'm not for Nelson's time and this and that. No, he's right there working his fucking ass off. Why? It's the same fucking thing. I made it so we are identical in their eyes, and they're billing two fucking techs. So why do they have to fucking run him over, right? So I told her, I said, wait a moment. In order for this to work, you want me to build more time on the airplane? She goes, yeah. They just don't want to pay his fucking travel because his travel time takes them into overtime.
Mm,
And I'm like, wait a moment. Oh, yeah, because of his overtime. And is it? I'm like, wait a
travel.
moment.
Yeah.
That's not my fucking problem. You're billing that travel time to the airplane too, but they count it. They count the travel as an expense. See what I'm saying? So they pay back certain monies for expenses for traveling and certain like that. So I'm like, ah. In other words, they want me to charge an extra hour so they can pay him that extra hour. And I turned around and I told him, I was like, it's not worth it anymore. At least for me, first of all, for me, I told him that I say it's not worth you working with me anymore.
Mm,
It's not worth it. And then me, dude, I've worked my ass off the last fucking. I feel like I've been working for a month. You know, it's one big discrepancy now. I'm proud as fuck of whatever the fuck I did because no phone call later. I'm like, I was expecting at least two emails and a phone call.
mm.
You know what I mean? At least, like why it takes so long, and or at least an attaboy. You know what I mean?
That's
But
funny.
it was a lot of work, but it was pretty cool. I learned a lot. I was so
Good.
blessed. I learned so much on that airplane. It was awesome. I'll explain that shit later on. But anyway, but as far as working and that stuff, and I was like, okay, so that's out of the question. That's done. That's the, he got offered a job. I have a good friend of mine. He that knows Nelson, and they offered him a job, and he came asking me. I'm like, and apparently my buddy's been growing, and he's recruiting the right people, and I've been getting phone calls, and I'm not going there. Oh, wait. Remember the one who I went to go do a favor for towards the beginning that I actually just walked away from a fucking.
Yeah.
I was there for less than 2 days or whatever, and I just I'm not paying you. I'm not going to bill you. I'm out. Yeah, him. He's on his other business, on his other side. Uh, he's been blessed, and he actually has a repair station, an actual FAA certified repair station. So I told him exactly because he called me 3 days ago, and we hadn't really spoken for a while. And then here's where I'm getting at. I had my meeting with the academy of people. Remember, I told you I had a meeting since last year. When I say scheduled since last year, we met these people back in 2024. We sat down, and all of 2025 was just a fiasco of kind of a like ending terms type deal. But oh my gosh, when I'm telling you, timing is so beautiful. Somehow I had caught the interest of these people, and when I went up there, I was supposed to go up there with Jose and my wife, because Jose has been helping me with the the physical location. He's got the warehouse, and I consider him my partner. Even though he's got the physical location, that's it. That's the stuff. And right now, currently with aviation, he calls me. He goes, "Hey, I have this job. I could use you," or I'll say, "Hey, I have this job. I don't want to do it. You take and give me a piece." We do it that way too. So I call him my partner. With Jose, I was supposed to go up there. He couldn't make it. He's the one his wife got deported. So he's been dealing with a whole bunch of fucking shit. And I said, I got you. No problem. I'll take care of this. Me and my wife, we went up there. We we sat down. We enter into this beautiful, nice little office right on the second floor on the first office, and the first floor is FAA. So as you got fucking the FAA office is right there. They're up in Melbourne, and they're up in the second story. This little school got a little cutty office, beautiful, cute, great room for, I'd say about maybe 15 to 20 students. Not bad. We walk in there, we sit down, and everybody's there waiting for us, and everybody's like, "All right, so we're all here. What's up?" So I start licking his ass, dude. I'm telling them, I start letting them know exactly why is it, how incredible their idea and their concept and all of this, and I start amazing, and I start telling them exactly why I want to sit next to them and meet with them,
Mm.
right? And then of course the owner's like, yeah, of course. Anyway, and then I'm like, listen, I just have this.
I
Andy,
can
you
sell.
know me from my little school, and I just do this with and then I said, I want to sell your products. I want your products to be my high ticket item. I said, I don't do airplanes anymore. I don't do this maintenance shit anymore. But I'm a really good fucking teacher, and I have a really good mentor, and I have a great following. Now on social media, I have XYZ. I do this. I do this. I do this. I have sold. I'm a published author. I do whatever. Blah, 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 blah. I have done many things, but I really want to push your products. And this is how I'm going to push your products. I'm going to push my marketing for my books and my this and my that for my school. That's why I really want our schools to partner up, because ultimately it's not about me. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to die. But the schools and legacies are going to stay behind. Really want to help every lot of people. That's why I'm a foundation. And that's why I told them I backed out. I said, this isn't about the money. I don't want to think about, oh, I got to pay my light bill. I don't think about that. I really, really, really want to focus on the students. You guys have a tremendous product, and I have a pretty amazing product myself. And together we can definitely create the next generation of airmen. They're like, what the fuck? And then we came in, and then Dolly and I, we were just basically talking, and Dolly's sitting down with, oh, we had Grincha with us there the whole time.
No, she's back.
Hell yeah, my little service dog, and my service dog with me. Hell yeah, got my service dog, you know, and whatever. So after I told him my spiel, I showed, oh, dude, two books got sold while I was in the presentation.
Nice.
It was a blessing in disguise. You know how it's like while we were there, while we were talking, it's like, yeah, I turned around, I was like, Andy, I make money online. I mean, it's no big deal. It's not a gazillion dollars, but I do okay. Right. And then blah, blah, blah. And as I'm going like this, dude, I was like, oh yeah, by the way, look, see, they're asking for a password. I just sold the book. They're like, oh, wow. So it was pretty cool.
Enforced it. Yeah.
It kind of hit the nail on the head.
Mm.
What else? The they had a whole list behind my seat where I was sitting at a whiteboard, and they had a whole list of events that they were going to go to do trade shows across the world, because they are yeah.
That's cool.
In March, they will be in Toluca, Mexico.
Toluca.
Yeah, that is just off Mexico City. That is like the hub for corporate aviation in Mexico. So if you're going to Mexico City, you're going to stop in Toluca. You know
Really?
what I mean? It's like, yeah, it's like if you're going to the capital, then you're going to go to privately. You might as well just go to Toluca. It's a little bit further back. It's like 30 minutes away, but that's like the hub. You know, a lot of major. So when we go there, they have. It turns out that this school, they give their certifications to non-licensed or non-certified technicians. So in other words, if you don't have a certification, an FAA certification, it's okay. You can take this course and get credit as an FAA certified course, that the FAA will say, wow, you took this course, no problem. We will give you credit for for your classes or whatever. You know what I mean? As like OJT slash or learning or class experience. But these are courses, dude. These are $25,000 courses.
They should.
These are OEM factory fucking, yeah. If you go, there's a brand new airplane being advertised right now, that Gulfstream fucking 700, something like that. I haven't seen one yet. 700 or 7. I don't know if the 800 is out. They're talking about a whole bunch of Bombardier. All these fucking airplanes, dude. Dude, those courses, dude, are insane. The mechanic courses on these things. You have to think about that because the factory wants to sell these airplanes under a certain warranty time period, right? So they want the warranty work to go back into the service centers. You know what I mean? So in order to be a service center, you have to have a certified technician on that specific aircraft.
Gotcha.
So that these fucking manufacturers, like, in order to have a certain, that's a fucking $50,000 seat, dude. You know what I mean? They're like the chain, just to be able to sign. That's 50 grand. Yeah. So they charge. So, anyway, we're going to be able to offer these courses at a fraction of a cost, because.
So did you make the partnership?
Yes.
It was like, you're fucking drawing it out. I need
yes. That's
fucking awesome.
Yes. So we are getting, it turns out that my name was already on the board.
Really?
They had thought about me to go assist them on these fucking, on some of these things.
Okay.
And I was like, they bought me before I walked.
Yeah.
So that told me tremendous. I'm waiting on I am waiting. I'm no problem. It's coming. It's that check
Just waiting
really is. That's exactly what I'm waiting for.
Yeah.
Because the first show is in March.
Okay.
So if I'm going into Toluca, that's in March. I need to have my school ready. Why? Because now my physical location turns live. Because now not only can I offer extended courses, I can offer initial courses.
You're gonna be a busy motherfucker over the next fucking 45 days.
You have no idea. Now listen to this. Now with these students coming in, I also am able to offer, because now, because of my buddy's fucking newfound enterprise, he now is in need of mechanics. So now I have an influx of experienced students looking for OJT certified certification so they can get their whatever certain, so I can have my physical location school. And hey, all right, guys. So today we're going to go ahead and inspection, and we'll sign off everything, and they get paid X amount an hour, and then the school gets the remainder. So yes, puppy, I think we are progressing in a very nice way. I haven't seen any money. I don't need to see. I just know. God bless the USA.
It was like I could see the end of the tunnel. All right. Well, at least I can see.
Oh, wait.
It's not the end of the tunnel. It's the light.
But wait, there's more. Here, you ready for this one? I think my mom's coming back.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, she's coming back because of lack of, right? She'll be here in February 3rd. My brother-in-law is flying down Tuesday with my in-laws, and then because he's the blind one, he needs to be handheld the whole time.
Okay.
Right. So on the way back, he said he'll fly back with my mom, and I'm like, you know what? For that one, thank you. So he's flying back with my mom, and and we paid for part of the ticket too. So
No.
you know, I said, why not? Her ticket was cheap; it was like $1.50. So she's coming here on February. We're going to discuss her, see what's going to happen. We did have some type of argument earlier because, from what it seems to be, is that she's not happy with her decision, and she seems to be telling everybody that I just left her stranded. That it was my choice to send her away and just forget about the pain. And then when I learned about that, I backed away a little bit more. And I'm like, you shouldn't have said that because now
Yeah.
I really don't want to help you.
That's the thing. Is like when you take care of somebody for an extended period of time, and then we talked about this with my buddy that had to cut his mom off while he was trying to grow a business for a little bit, and like at least she just talked a little bit about it. It was like, oh, he left me stranded. Like his mom was malicious about it and like tried to fucking ruin his life. So you got to remember, money is involved. It doesn't matter if it's your mom, your sister, brother, cousin. Like people start to get a little funny about that shit. So it was not so much you left her stranded; you just didn't provide for her the same way that you were. I think might be her sore spot, and she just voiced it in the wrong way. But you gotta do what you gotta do.
It's just, yeah, and so it'll be interesting because, oh, that's the other thing. Remember, it's like we stopped, we stopped anticipating. I guess you could say I stopped. Uh, I guess the whole thing with expectations and so forth,
Mm-hmm.
and you know what I mean. It's like, it's
You
all right.
stop giving yourself anxiety.
Yeah, it's.
That's exactly what you did.
I think it was more as like it was. I think I was telling myself more while I was telling it to her because she's more, and I'm like, I'm calming her down, but I am understanding that she's my mirror, right? I mean, so whatever's going on with her, I need to look internally, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Like, oh shit! Now and I realized I was like, you know what? So I started telling her things that actually were calming me down. So,
Mm.
you know, it's like I couldn't pinpoint it. It wasn't until like she pointed it out.
Maybe she just didn't understand where you were trying to go.
That's what I like to think.
No.
It's all I noticed. It's everybody has the perception is nobody is really. Remember how I always say this: no positive, no negative. You know, unfortunately, at certain points, like I can tell, like my mom had this certain thing that an ideal of me that I broke really fast. Recently. When I was like, wait, that's you think that's me? No, that's not me.
That's
So,
fine.
so and I broke that clip that, and then I think that broke her heart. I really think so because she had me at little pedestal that I couldn't even fucking kill a butterfly, and when she's the one who taught me how to fucking take that butterfly, dissect it, flip it upside down, turn it inside out, look at it, put it back together, stitch it that way. I don't like it that way, and then put the fucking wings back together and go, that's a butterfly. So
There's something that you said earlier. Fuck. When well, we don't say there's no good, there's no bad. That's you. That's only you. That's not me. But yeah, when you're the visionary, right? Because that's your vision, and she's inside of your ecosystem. Remember that her view is right here, and you're up here looking over the whole thing. So she's only seeing what's right in front of her, and what is different. then what's changed, but she's not seeing like the whole ecosystem and everything that you're trying to put together. So yeah, I can get that frustration because I mean that's and people do that at their jobs, marriages, life, whatever. So it literally you know, think about that little frame of reference next time you talk to her. It might help you make you more empathetic to her plight. And I'm not the fucking empathy guy, so I'm more like fuck your couch, but it's mom, so it's mom's. So it's like, oh, like, well, why is she upset? Okay, um, yeah, that's gonna be a fun one to deal with, but I think it'll come out pretty good.
It's going to come out really good. The thing is, though, you're right. It is going to be fun.
Yeah,
Um, it is gonna be challenging, and it'll definitely be. There's a lot of growth coming up on this one. Definitely, and I'm looking forward to it with an open heart. I really am, because, like you say, there is this one subject that, as animalistic as we may be, it's still a mom. You know what I mean?
right. Yeah, like it's mom. Like fuck, you just gotta, just gotta kind of deal with it.
Now, there's one here. There's one key thing, and this is that I learned. You put people in their own. You just leave. You give them people their respect, but you leave them. Fuck. ¿Cómo es la cosa? Hold on. Don't bring it with you. Type deal is what I'm saying. You just leave them in their place. You just leave them in their position. You like, you know what? Okay, I understand my mother's a certain way, that it is not in me to change her, because I'm not here to change anybody. I understand that. I just let her know in the best that I am here to help and support anything, but I don't want to. I don't do things conditionally. I learn to do things unconditionally and with love, because when I do things unconditioned, and I do things out of everything turns to shit, dude. It's just not. Even if I do things correct, but if I don't do it with love, it just turns to shit. Everything, just the whole thing. So I've learned to just shut the fuck up, look at it into the, and just literally, whatever the issue is, know that it's out of my control. I can't control how she thinks, acts, or feels. I can control how I act and feel. If I act and feel upon my best self when I'm with her, as empathetic as, okay, I understand you, ma, but this is why we're doing things is like this. So just, if I have to explain it to her, I try to, I force myself, I guess you could say it, to, or it's a way to catch myself more. I don't know if it's just my next personal growth is this little challenge. I don't know, but it's just, this is a challenge for me, as you could tell. I'm sorry, it flushes the fuck
You're
out of
good.
me.
Wow, you're good. For the purpose of fucking having coffee with the homies. Like, you're supposed to fucking talk about the shit, get it out, and figure out how to fucking navigate it.
This one's good. This one, I'm not gonna lie to you. But my last conversation with her, dude, I flipped the fuck out.
No, we fucking just talk about that shit. That's literally
I
why
didn't.
I
Yeah,
said,
no, but I flipped the fuck out like this. Hold on. It wasn't. It was.
I was like, you
That's
didn't
the
snap.
wrong term. Yeah, I didn't. I didn't snap at her.
I
Yeah,
was like,
no, no. I know. In our very last conversation, it was funny because that motherfucker right there. See, that's the same airplane, same guy. And by
yeah.
the way, that person never again has even mentioned anything. He was just trying
You
to,
just drew a line in the sand and told him that's where you need to stay. Like that,
and yeah,
there's nothing wrong with that. Like, look,
Yeah.
listen. If
Yeah.
you don't stay in your lane, accidents will happen.
Yeah.
It's just like fucking being on the highway. Stay in your
Yeah.
motherfucking lane, and there'll be no collisions. Like,
No, that is correct.
next time, use your blinker, and that means you call me before you do some dumb shit, fucking with my shit. Like,
That's
very simple.
exactly what that was.
Very simple. So I get it. So
That's exactly what that was. Okay, so that shit doesn't work with my mom though.
it doesn't. It does and it doesn't. So like me and my mom having a conversation was a lot different than me and your mom having, or you and your mom having a conversation, because like I drew that line in the sand a long time ago, and so like we have a very different relationship. Like remember when we were talking about my grandmother? I still find it hilarious when you were like, "I can't believe you did that." It was like, yeah, no, like I understand, like that's what you wanted, but you didn't relay that to me, so I'm not going to stop and fuck everybody else over because you want me to stop taking care of everybody else in this house because you want this. Like, no, so we're just gonna, but that's just different expectations. Like even when I was in Colorado, like that dynamic that my grandmother and my mother and my sister, like the women in that household, they fucking, I don't know how some of these guys do it, because they're this is like, yeah, this is what you're gonna do. It's dope. Like y'all didn't say anything. Like fuck, my wife texted me. She's like, yeah, we're going bowling tonight. Is that cool? Like, yeah, like whatever. And like it's there's no type of conversation. Whatever. It's like, yeah, this is what we're doing. Like fucking, it's we literally sat at this house and waited for the ladies to come back from shopping because it was something that they needed to get done, and they like stopped everybody's progress for like half a fucking day so they could go do something instead of working out how it will work for everybody else. And that shit just doesn't fucking work here. It's a collective, you move as a unit. It's not a fucking dictatorship. So if everybody has something to do, then they got to fucking be able to have a conversation, figure out how to make it work for everybody, not just, yeah, you guys are fucked, sit here for fucking 6 hours. um but like your household is like Mama Bear. She's like, oh, so what she says is she's the, what'd you say, the patriarch of the family, some shit like that.
Oh, that's what I say. There is no fucking matriarch, dude. I don't have a matriarch in my life. I understand that certain families have a matriarch.
uh,
Listen, one of our good friends, actually, it's she. I consider her almost a half daughter of ours. It's Gabby's bestest friend in the whole world. She's been her best friend for like fucking my daughter's 19, so it's like 10, 15 years. And that household has a matriarch. Why?
uh,
Because that grandmother, they come from really Italian and really, for some reason, it's like Italian, Cuban, and Brazilian. It's
run that.
all, yeah, that's a fucking, yeah,
Yeah, that's
that's
how
the
they do it.
Godfather.
Yeah.
Hey, so let me tell you something. Yeah,
Hey, I gotta piss bad as fuck.
I need a water. So good. Bye.
Yeah, sorry about
Oh,
that.
no,
I
it's cool.
fucking I've been up for a while now and I've had a fuck ton of caffeine. So, and caffeine's a diuretic. So,
What was funny was as I was talking, I noticed I didn't bring my water.
mm,
And I was like, fuck, I haven't drinking any water. I kept telling myself while you were talking and I was talking, I was like, and then you just happened to say it. So it was like, good. So I went and
uh,
did my thing too. So it
uh,
worked out. But anyway, so the whole thing with mom, what else? Uh, I, I understand. And I told her, I said, listen, I understand that you're lonely 100%. I understand she's lonely 100%. I understand because she's been here and she's had us for, I mean, come on, dude. My mom is from 1949. She's almost 80 years old, you know? This little creature of habit there. So
does she have any family down there?
she has all her brothers and
Okay.
her sister. And it turns out that because she's the oldest, when she arrived, she did this whole mama hen thing, and she made lunches and this and that, and she really thought in her own mind. She sold herself on the ideas like, it'll be I'm going back to with my brothers. She hasn't seen these people. She hasn't seen them in a while. She hasn't lived with them in that area for over 40 something, almost 50 years that she's been up here in the States. So she's like, all right, fuck it. The closest uncle and aunt are walking distance, maybe 10 minutes. They
Okay.
It's right there. We got the apartment. My mom's apartment literally is in a perfect triangle between between two siblings. Everybody's always together, that type deal. So my mom always made the her house a little center, and she would invite everybody over. There's 12 of them. No, excuse me. There's 9 of them, and there was one that was going to supposedly said that he was going to move in with my mom and split the bills, right?
Mm.
Well, he hasn't been able to leave his property because in his area of Colombia, it is right next to the border with Venezuela.
I was wondering how close it was to that shit show.
So it is right next to the border. So let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you about the Venezuela that you probably don't hear in the news.
Oh, please do tell because I don't, me in media, and I don't fucking trust it. It's the it has been the proper propaganda machine for ages, like going all the way back to that fucking whatever we talked about this disease. I can't remember the name of it. That actually it's like the Spanish flu or some fucking shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it like started in Kentucky. Yeah, this is literally propaganda. So please tell me more.
Well, here, after President
Mm.
Chavez was elected, right, and he started this whole fucking uh, communist, and he started pushing out Venezuela was, or I don't know if Venezuela used to be what I consider the most economical, most just beautiful landscape, nature. There's the women. Remember Colombian women,
This
Venezuelan women, that whole Caribbean. This fucking
freaking
any it
Venezuela
is
has been like Dubai, like with
the
their
money.
yeah.
There's just so much power. I personally have Venezuelan friends in aviation
Mm.
that have done tremendously well that got pushed out of their country because as the fucking guy came into power, he says, we're going to take everything, this whole public sector thing, that he public everything. Oh, that's public now. No, fuck you. I built this. No, it's public now. It's ours. He literally went in there and stole people's
Taking shit.
businesses, and these people got pushed out. So the
Mm.
smart, right? There are some that basically bent over and just let them take it in the ass, and they'll and say thank you, and they get paid, they get fed extremely well. But those fuckers were peasant and they
You
were
say paid
hogs,
or paid?
both. I said paid, but they're getting pegged in,
Yeah.
you know. Here, I'll tell you one thing, and I hope to God these people see this. I was on a flight to uh, rescue an airplane, and the people that were in this airplane with me, I think I told you once, before we got on this airplane, okay, the captain had no idea how much each bag was. Listen to me. was wait. All he knew was can if we get into if something happens, can people get out? That's all he said. All right. And I'm flying on this airplane to go rescue another airplane. Right. So I said, how many people are here? There was only four of us on the three. There was three Venezuelans and me. Okay. On this flight, two guys and a girl. They had This woman had one of the most foulest mouths I've ever heard on a female. Let alone anything else.
That says a lot.
In the aspect, listen, when this wasn't locker room guy talk. It just didn't sound right
No.
coming out of a female. So this flight, I had to sit like this. I had to sit like this on my seat because there was full of bags everywhere. We were flying. They were dropping me off on an island, refueling, and then flying into fucking Venezuela. They were going into right, and dude, there was even toilet paper and rice and all that shit and blah blah blah. We didn't know how much. The fucking captain had a. He would put his foot underneath the door of the airplane. The door plops open like this, and here's the floor. So he's like, no, I got a little bit of room left. Like with his foot to see
Just fucking
exact.
snap fucking full.
Dude, on the takeoff, I'm thinking,
Sketchy shit.
how much fuel do we have and do we need? How heavy are we?
This motherfucker's over here doing math, trying to figure out if he's gonna make it.
Nigga, I promise you, I'm like, whoa. You know, I went back to my book. I'm calculations and shit, and I'm like, this guy, I had no idea what I was doing, but I'm glad he did. But he used every bit of the runway as possible. I think I'm probably exaggerating, of course, but I think we cleared the fence by a good 3 inches. I don't know. I just felt that airplane really heavy. That's the first time that I ever flew on a Hawker 850 XP. For those people that know anything about airplanes, this thing is a British it is no, and I think I felt it like an old 1980s Cadillac. That's exactly what it felt like. I felt like even though I was a little uncomfortable, this thing floated in the air like a Cadillac. It was insane. It's
Nice.
just so heavy of an airplane, though. You know what I mean? It's just for such a small size, just so heavy. It felt like that. But anyway, yeah, dude. So these people in Venezuela are when the communism came in and he started stealing from everybody else, then what ended up happening was that every pushed everybody out and these people started invading other countries. They're getting pushed out of their own countries, so they're literally now you have walking immigration from other countries. And these people have no papers, no anything, no money, no nothing. And these are peasants that are being pushed out by their own government. It's like, you have nothing to if you have nothing to apport, you don't own anything, you're not going to do anything, you're not going to build anything. If you're just a peasant on the land, you know what? We're going to use the land for something else. And they get pushed out too. So they got pushed out by their own fucking country.
That's like socialism, communism, fucking 101, by the way, for everybody that's not picking up what he's putting down.
So what happens to all these neighboring countries? These people need to eat. These people need to feed their families. I mean, they're still fucking, right? Like jackrabbits. So,
Of course.
we're living on the streets, but we gotta fuck. So I guess, sure, let's do anything. And then next thing you know, you got little kids everywhere. And what is that open to? Dude, life of crime. You're gonna steal, you're gonna be prostitutes, you're gonna have all this stuff. And that's exactly what they call the Venezuelan crime wave. You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
It is when the immigrate it's you know what I mean? It's just they got forced into a really bad fucking situation. They were doing anything else. But
Well, it's human nature.
correct.
I mean, people
So
are good until they're not.
so the ones that were able to afford to do their things the right way and get their own papers, they became Colombian or Peruvian or wherever fucking U.S. citizens or residents there, right? Those people are great. There's still a lot of people in these third world countries, like right around the Venezuelan borders where my uncle is, that has a really fucking nice house.
Mm.
And my uncle's house, I don't know how much it, what the cost factor it is. It's probably garbage, but the value of the house, he's sitting on a huge piece of land, huge. So everybody's like they can invade. He's always protecting. You see what I'm saying? He's got fruit trees. He's got the house itself can sleep. Fuck, I don't know, 30, 40 people. You know what I mean? It's
Why doesn't she go to where he is?
because of the crime too.
That sucks.
There was an opportunity. Here's the one thing. What he wanted to do, and his intention is to. The government is willing to rent his property,
Mm.
but he wants to rent it with his own workers. Okay,
Good dude.
and here's why: it protects this
Yeah.
the employment of the people that have raised this property. Number
That's what I
one.
said. That's a good dude.
And number two, it protects his own investment too, because these people love the property. They don't want to get
Oh,
pushed out.
yeah.
So and they'll
Well,
and he'll and they'll protect it as is, as if as so he's like, I will rent out the property, but these people stay. And they're like, no, we want everybody out. So he's like, I can't go.
that sucks.
So that's basically it for that. I don't know what's gonna happen. Um, my mom has a very nasty way. Excuse me, I don't want to say it like this. My mom used to have a very nasty way of telling people, giving people her mind, a piece of her mind, not giving a fuck how good they've been to her in the past.
I mean,
So,
I don't think that's a bad thing. So
huh?
I don't think that's a bad thing. Just people don't like the truth. Whatever. Welcome.
It's not the truth. It's more of an exaggeration. It's not the truth. It's more of an
Mm.
exaggeration.
Well, that's
Yeah, this
shitty.
is, yeah.
That sucks.
I respect what you said a lot. And
That
that's the
sucks.
no, it's here's the thing. So, oh, I'm in this situation now because my son abandoned
Yeah,
me
we
here
just talked about it. Yeah.
and my brother never came. So now I have no money. I have to go back.
The victim card. It's that fucking bullshit. That sucks.
How old are you?
Yeah, that sucks.
I understand that I may be 47 years old and I'm recently awoken up to these true facts about, about a lot of things. I believe that my true essence, my awakened self is in progress for the last, let's say 4 years, five. We're in 2026, a little bit over 4.5 years, but still no excuse.
No.
Still no excuse. Still no excuse. Still no excuse. But anyway, so that's part of it. Um, what else could I say? Other than that, dude,
That's a lot.
I will. I will be. I know for a fact. I said it out loud to myself, but well, I'm not going to say that one. I will definitely go to Dubai this year. I know that for a fact. We'll definitely. I know for a fact we'll definitely go to Dubai. We're gonna be traveling quite a bit this year. Quite a bit.
I'm glad you fucking were like, I'm not gonna say that. I'm so because when you were talking about you're like I actually spoke it, and it's like I really don't do that very often. I never speak what I want, what my goal is. I think I might have at one point like I'd write it down. It was like, but I mean the goal has always been to make $10,000 a day, and like this top line sales. And so 66% profit margin before ad spend is kind of where we're trying to live at. It's not bad. Um, I'd never talk about it. So I was sitting there playing with. So my mentor is somebody that I grew up with when it comes to the like online e-commerce stuff. He's the one that after I showed him like what I had been doing is the one that he's like, you need to get off Etsy and create your own thing so you can create ownership and you can own all your traffic and shit like that. And then he actually started an apparel store after that as well. And we've been working through it. But like he had one company that he successfully exited that he built from the ground up. And he's a year younger than me. And yeah, and then I think he's on his third company that he's exited. At this point in his life, he's got it. So he put a tool together that he emailed me. I want to say right around my birthday, and I like looked at it. It was fucking cool. Oh yeah, because it was before I went to work last Sunday. So yeah, it was on my birthday. Um, and like I looked at it, I was like, all right, that's cool. And so I started fucking with it last night a little more. And it's essentially, if it works the way that it's supposed to, then it'll tell me what my ad spend needs to be to get to where I want to go and to be able to scale it properly. So that's one of the things that I was fucking with. And of course, single day revenue is at $10,000 a day. 300 grand a month is what the top line revenue that I want, which is a pretty healthy um, goal, I think. And that's why I got out of the dollars for hours thing because you can literally scale to the moon if you can find the right stuff and build the right brand. So that's what's been going on at night while I've been at work. So in the daytime, if I go to work, I actually have to do work. They have working foremen. So like I think the 2 days that I work days, I was driving a rake and a shovel for probably half the days, and then I was drive machines for probably a couple hours. Yeah. So at night, I literally sit in my truck and work and watch other people work. So
Oh, so it's kind of a blessing.
yeah, just the fact that now I'm back to the I don't sleep for more than a couple hours. And like my brain, he's like, oh yeah, I remember this. Yeah, you used to do this shit all the time. Fucking tired, functional, wide awake. Which is, I mean, it's a good thing. It's not nothing new, but it sucks because I looked at the sleep score on my watch and it was like fucking 40 the other day. It went down from fucking like 98 to 40. And I was just like, what the fuck happened? But yeah, so that's literally what I've been doing is creating new products, tweaking stuff on the store, fucking learning more podcast, freaking editing podcasts. I think you saw I get put two up in the cloud last week. And then I put the outline up for the standard for episode one that I'm going to shoot today. And fucking, I'll edit two more of ours and then I'll edit that one. But that one's pretty simple. It's like straight through just me talking. But I ended up creating more fucking tools to go with the standard. So it's literally, I don't know what it is with me and like fucking blueprints to be able to get shit done. But like, here, follow this blueprint for 30 days. If you can do that, then maybe I'll coach you. But I'm not coaching people that can't fucking like commit to something and actually execute on it. I don't have time for it. I don't have the patience for it. I don't the pity party mentality that people got, man. You guys eat a bag of fucking dicks and silly shit. So like There's certain things I can help people with, and that mentality is not one thing that I can fucking really help them with. They got to figure that shit out on their fucking own. So that's what mindset shift's for with Nestor and Daniel, and then the standard is for the people that can actually execute and want to learn something. So it's been a lot of shit going on. Um, and I don't know if you can look at my face and tell that I haven't been drinking, but like I already look like an entirely different human being. It's been fucking 7 days, 8 days, uh, and into the fucking no alcohol year. And it's funny because it's like I have zero desire to consume alcohol at all. Well, remember last year I talked about it, and I was like, yeah, I said I really just don't want to stop right now. And this year it's just like, yeah, now it's time. So that's I, I forget how fucking deadly effective I am when I'm fucking like just clear minded, sober. Fucking, it does suck though because my brain doesn't turn off.
It doesn't turn off. It doesn't turn off. Listen,
Fucking
listen. Okay, so most of the time people think and understand. It's like, okay, I'm so glad you brought this up because I'm thinking internally, going, that's why he's not sleeping because
yeah, it
it's
doesn't fucking
it's
stop.
it doesn't stop. One of the things I think that my wife will she'll she'll say listen, she'll tell me, she goes, when was the last time that you know and it's like, I don't know why. I could tell you need to please just breathe,
You need to turn it off.
breathe, you know? And I was like, well, I don't understand. She goes, now we get in this thing. It's kind of our signal. Uh, she'll hug me.
Hmm.
She'll hug me. And I'm like, oh, and it's kind of a reminder,
Hmm.
you
Yeah.
know? They see things that we don't see. We have this thing, and I say we. I'm Monica. You and I are like, we're very similar in our intensity. That's all. That's we're eccentric in our own little thing, but when we go, we go. So it's like, I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
and we are laser driven. We're focused. Like, that's the way I gotta go, and just push out of the way. But we don't understand. Sometimes we are dragging. Like, they're telling us, hey, calm down. Hey, 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 it's okay. Come here.
What is
And
that?
you're like,
Take
and you're like,
that.
but you told me you need to go over there, and I'm trying to make you happy. But why don't you fucking understand that I'm trying to help you? That's what happens.
Mhm.
So she'll hug me. We'll start breathing, and I do it with her too. I think we started doing that together. Like, whenever I feel that she's a little aggressive based or smirkiness, I was like, huh, same thing. And then, because they don't get it, we don't get it. Somehow there's certain triggers that our partners have, that we have, that we don't even know. What the fuck did I do? You know what I mean? It's just they'll, and then that way they know, at the same time it's like, oh, he's triggered. Let me help. Let me help him come down. That's what. So we started doing that, and I don't know. I like it a lot. It keeps, I don't know, kind of aware. Helps me become aware of when I need to tweak it down a little bit or relax or.
Fucking awesome. I just had a little realization or reflection. It's fucking awesome. Well, because I always joke with my wife and I'm like, God put me in my life, put me in your life to keep you alive because your ass lacks a lot of fucking awareness, fucking survival shit. But in all actuality, uh, he gave me her to do the same. So because I know when fucking Even in college, my roommates would call me out on it when I would like get fucking just dialed in, and I'd go dark. And they're like, man, when was the last time you had a drink? I was like, fucking no. He's like, do us a favor and have a fucking beer. And like I never thought about it like until this right here in this moment. I've always been fucking intense. Like that's just like I remember high school football. Fucking somebody missed a tackle and fucking he's like the ref was in the way and I was like run him the fuck over.
When our families know certain things about us, that what you just said is exactly it. You know, that's all they know is all or nothing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's all they know. It's all or nothing. It is when we learn to turn that on and that on off switch in and give it a fucking resistor. And let's tweak it down a little bit. That's about right.
Like a bass
That's
knob. Remember back in the day, fucking you put the system in the car, you had the bass knob, you fucking turn up the intensity a little bit, fucking turn it up. Yeah.
and
Let it hit just right. That's what we need to do with it. Fucking GBRS group, fucking DJ Shipley talks about dials and switches. You never fucking yeah, that's just clicking right now. But you got to figure out when you got to fucking dial it back and you switch it on off and fucking be able to move with it because yeah, even all right. So life insurance sales, uh, I I would get so fucking intense that I would fucking snap on Alicia a little bit and be a fucking asshole. And like that's why I'm so big about fucking like spending time with her now because it's like you work so hard, you got these goals that you want to accomplish. You're so driven, but like part of the reason why you're so driven is because you have that significant other, that person that's you're trying to build. It's more than just you. So like at that point, it's like you got to maintain that and make sure that you keep that healthy because without that, I mean, what the fuck are you doing?
what's the purpose? What's the purpose? What's the purpose? Dude, exactly. Without the whole idea behind our concept is like, okay, her happiness is this, right? Okay, cool. I gotta go. Ah! But you don't realize that, like I said, I've been dragging her and she's like, hey, come, wait. I want.
You know, it's not that coin too, though, because like, all right, so that is a main driver, but it's not the only thing. Because I think we do, a lot of people will attach, a goal to somebody else, and in all actuality, it needs to be something that's more selfless than that. It needs to be outside of your household, because when that shit starts to fall apart and you're pissed off and things aren't going the way you want it to go, like you're gonna direct it in the direction. But however, the fucking like the shit with Big Brothers Big Sisters and wanting to be able to donate money there and build stuff and leave legacies and change lives, create jobs, and all these other things, like that's the main driver. Like the lifestyle and giving her what she wants, that's the byproduct. And like it is a pretty big thing. But when that stuff doesn't when that area of your life is suffering, are you just gonna fucking fall apart? So you got so much more driving you because it's so much bigger than the two people tied to a big purpose. At least it is for me right now. But it wasn't like that before, and that's where they're like the fucking ups and downs of shit, going through the storms of life and fucking falling off the fucking path. And it's crazy how like, being more purpose driven. That's why they fucking tell you to find a bigger purpose because it needs to be bigger than you and your household. And because it does get hard and it sucks.
I learned 1 second. You said something.
That's
Find
not
the purpose, find a bigger purpose in your household. And actually, how about, Wait, you see, what I keep thinking, what keeps coming back to my mind is I don't want to lose you. I'm so sorry. I messed up. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to speak up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sorry. It's been a while since I've done that one. That one, um,
It'll come back. It's not a big deal.
oh,
So like all that shit's been going on in the background. The nights, uh, with the store. So I did fucking make a new product uh the other day that made my wife question my intent when she saw me posting it and putting the t-shirt up, and it was I talk about my fucking issue with the IRS and the taxes and the back taxes and the amount of money that I've paid over the since 2017 to the Internal Revenue Service just on top of what comes out of this household. It's a lot of fucking money. And so like we literally probably pay what some people make in their part-time jobs every year in fucking taxes, which is fucking bullshit. So I made a shirt called Tea Time, or I'm sorry, yes, it's Tea Time 2026, and it is a rendering of the Boston Tea Party in modern day age.
I saw the picture.
Did I send it to you?
I saw it.
And she was like, "What are you doing with that?" I was like, "Well, fucking making a T-shirt. I'm about to make a fucking poster." Um, I'm fucking over it. Like on a level that you just don't even understand. Because when I look at, all right, so we do things the right way. We come out here, we bust our asses, we work our asses off. We're trying to create and build. And then I have to go on fucking Facebook and see you fucking whiny little liberal bitches talking about this woman that fucking did something fucking stupid and got shot in the fucking head by a law enforcement officer because you made him fear for his life. Whether or not you agree with it, if my black ass did the same thing, guess what? They probably would have smoked me before I got into the fucking reverse. So like I don't care. Yeah, all of this shit with the Somalis and the fucking daycare centers
What?
and
I don't. I never even. I saw one picture, and then I saw a couple little memes. I never even bothered googling it.
oh, so I was like I got a pretty good pulse on fucking like YouTube current events because I don't watch normal news, and so I watch like people that I've been following, like Sean Ryan, shit like that. Um, and so they have created this massive fraud ring where they have been getting federal dollars and state dollars to run fucking daycare centers that don't have any kids in there. They've been doing it with medical transport, non-emergency medical transports, a couple other things. And what's been turning, it's been like fucking, it was like upwards of $600 million or some shit like that, that they have funneled out of the government, our tax dollars, and they have been sending it back to Somalia. And it has been running back into politicians' pockets and into fucking terrorist organizations. So this is the narrative, and this is what kicked off everything in fucking Minnesota. So Nick Shirley is a fucking YouTuber that went up there and got on camera and fucking started going to all those fucking different Somalian daycare centers that weren't actually daycare centers. And they, public record's a motherfucker. So he had somebody that lives in Minnesota that had been digging into this that reached out to him, and so they had the public records, the fucking the statements for how much they were getting paid, and they were going door to door, and fucking it turned into very very big very very big investigation from the Department of Justice, and that led to like the heat getting turned up and fucking getting illegals out, and they're like, yeah, this isn't America. Like, yeah, no, I mean, unfortunately, you guys, this is what I fucking voted for. So I like that.
Are you
Gotta fucking go.
serious?
Dead ass.
That's what's going on?
That's what's going on up there. And so you got the fucking governor of Minnesota and the mayor of whatever fucking town that was fucking telling ICE to get out and all this other shit, get the fuck out of my state and this and that. And I was like, yeah, nah, well, fucking,
That motherfucker's getting paid. Ah!
oh yeah, they both are. There's
Oh,
Ileana Omar, the fucking lady that's fucking says her loyalties are to Somalia, and
oh, wait,
fucking
that congresswoman, right?
yeah. So they're trying to fucking get her ass deported right now too. I guess
It,
she married her brother to get citizenship or some shit like that. Never fucking even heard of such a thing. So yeah,
nuts.
so that's what's been going on up there.
Yeah, it's
And
fraud.
so now everybody's like fucking. Apparently, Renee Good was from Colorado. So I don't know how the fuck she ended up in Minnesota with her fucking lover or her wife or whatever the fuck it was. And they're like, oh, she's a mother of two, and blah blah blah. Well, in all actuality, what the fuck were you doing out there trying to fucking antagonize law enforcement officers while you got fucking kids?
What about
I
the
don't
other?
have kids, but shit, I
What
know
about that
fucking
lady outside? What are you eyeing out, big boy? And I'm
yeah,
like,
that fuck
whoa,
yeah, that was her wife.
whoa.
That was her wife. Yeah,
That's the
the one that
wife.
was standing outside the car. Yeah, that was her wife. Yeah.
So now we know who has the strap on in that one.
It's just fucking it is
Ah,
mind-boggling to me that people don't really so it's one thing after another that shakes the jar. They put a fucking they put a magnifying glass on it in a fucking neighborhood. It pisses off the fucking entire country, and then they forget about what's really going on. So nobody's talking about the fraud anymore. They're talking about be good. Don't be that fucking stupid lady that went out there and did something stupid that fucking fucked around and found out. It sucks that she's dead, but that's what happens. There's literally there's a 60 something year old lady that got fucking shot down here. It was either Charlotte County or Lee County because she drove her car, tried to get away from the fucking sheriffs when they were trying to arrest her, and she hit the sheriff and he shot her ass. And she didn't die. She got hit in the elbow. Her ass fucking stopped. But that shit happens all over the country. It's not something new. And that was a fucking 60 something year old white woman. No, it's not racial. It's just it is what it is. If you fucking weaponize your vehicle, as they call it, you try to hit somebody with your fucking car, you probably get shot. I'm like, that's just what it is.
I have a question.
Well, hold on, because nobody's talking about all the fucking people that were killed by illegal immigrants over the past year.
Thank
And
you. That's what I was going to ask.
they're like, say her name. Nobody's talking about Laken O'Reilly. Nobody's talking little it's there's so many freaking people that have lost their lives over the course of the Biden administration. And it's not political. It's just the facts are the facts. So, like, I voted for people to be removed, and that's fucked up. Whatever, it is what it is. Well, they deserve a better life. Yeah, okay, they do, but the fact of the matter is there's so many people that came to this country that we don't know who they are. And that people that are saying that those people deserve a better life aren't the people that are going to have to fucking fight when shit hits the fan. Because it's going to be people like me. It's not going to be the fucking liberal woman typing on her fucking keyboard on Facebook and running her mouth on fucking TikTok. So that's bottom line. And not a warmonger or anything like that. I'm not scared. But the fact of the matter is that the people that are actually going to fight, you probably should fucking think about that. It's going to be the husbands, the brothers, the sons. It's not going to be the liberal white woman fucking sitting in the fucking suburbs because that was nothing but a bunch of military age males coming to this country. And you know that because they're out there raping and fucking committing crimes. No, All right, I'm off that soapbox for now until I get pissed off about it again. It angers me. It angers me. So, and the guys, and it's always been like, fuck the police. All right, well, I understand that, but you gotta say that shit when you're fucking kids. You don't say the same thing when you fucking actually have assets and you've been building a life. You got people that you love, you want to protect. You know, they have a job to do. Like, just like your fucking job was to cook fries at McDonald's, you know, they got a job to protect you and give you the right to cook fries. Like, it makes no fucking difference. You know, it's like we do construction. You work on planes, you drive trucks. Whatever your job is, you're gonna fucking do it. And you're gonna do it to the best of your ability. If their job is to deport people and fucking enforce laws, guess what law enforcement does? Like, they're literally the one fucking think about this. So law enforcement is the only person in organizations that have the ability to take your rights and take your life in a fucking instant. And you're gonna go out there and you're gonna fuck with them with your little fucking megaphones and shit. Your little fucking signs, you got a pull noodle. Well, you better go have lunch, big boy. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like that dude. But I have seen a lot of people getting put on their ass as things have been escalating. You know, pepper spray in the mouth. I watched a video of a guy out there with an American flag knock out 5 people back to back. Um,
That's where I was going to ask you there. Give me 1 second, because when we were talking about you get run over. No, no. You get run over by people. You know, you can't run everybody over. Blah, 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 blah. You know, you run somebody over. You fucking weaponize your car. But you got these fucking assholes who just literally I'm putting themselves in danger in order to prevent you from fleeing. Now, if I'm in my right, every right, I'm not doing anything, and I'm probably and somebody decides to stop my, and then if I feel threatened, they're gonna get run over. I,
yeah,
I'm running them over. I'm
but
going.
that's not a cop though. That's just the fucking dumbasses.
Yes, but my question is, there are certain fucking places where you're not allowed to run people over. Like you were right. There are certain states that I think
Yeah,
opened up the saying, if you fuck around and find out, you'll find
yeah.
out.
Florida's one of those states.
Is it? I hope so.
No, it's definitely one of those states.
That's some scary shit though, because
Grady Judd, Carmine, freaking pretty sure every fucking sheriff, even I'm pretty sure even fucking DeSantis. I'll go find the clip. You pull that shit here in Florida, people are within their rights to run you the fuck over. If you guys try to stop their vehicles, you want to peacefully protest, do your thing on the side of the road. That's fucking fine. He's like, but this is Florida. We don't do that shit. As
we
law
don't
enforcement,
stop. Yeah.
he's like there. You will get ran over, and they'll probably high five the person that ran you over. So, like, it is what it is. I mean, yeah, I think the sheriff's down here fucking like, hey, so you took those shots at that guy. He's like, go ahead and talk to us. You're not in trouble. Well, we hold classes every Saturday. We'll make sure you don't miss next time. Like, that's the message coming out of the sheriff's office. So, like, just put that in perspective. just put that into perspective for me. Like, uh, so no, these people, but so there was I don't know who sent me that video. Oh, did you? You didn't send it to me. Somebody sent me this video, and it was legit. That the dude had I think he had an American flag and a Trump flag, and he was walking around the protest. And people came up to him with a megaphone, and they were like screeching it in his ear. And he's like trying to walk away, and kept on trying to walk away, and finally he just got pissed and pushed the person back, and he ended up dropping the flag, popped him in the chin. He went down. Then he tried to move away, and they tried to jump on him. He slept like 4 people, 5 people. I think no, it was 4 because the one person that started it got up and came back to him and got knocked out again. So it's people are done with it. They are, but you got to watch the AI videos now too. because there have been so many AI videos that I've like caught in my feed where it's people like pushing out on ICE officers or violent stuff like that. And what they're doing is they're triggering things in people's brains because now that seed's been planted. Like, oh, I saw this on the internet. I should do that. Like, yeah, you should probably use your common sense and make it home tonight. So,
There's an old saying is well fuck, I always try to do the translations right, uh, you know, but it had to do with I can't translate it, dude.
their translations never make sense to me, anyways.
They don't. Yeah,
It
I'm
just,
really trying to. I'm. Yeah, they don't.
yeah.
You can't. There's. You can't put those words together like that. It doesn't make sense.
Oh man, well, I gotta piss again. So,
Pause it. All right. Go ahead.
the fuck you just what the fuck you just say to me? You like to sit down when
I
you?
said I sit down when I pee.
Oh fuck no.
That's exactly what I said,
Oh,
dude. I've been sitting down to pee. Oh fuck, years now. Dude, maybe decades. Oh yeah.
there's a yeah. That's
Wait,
yeah.
when I
I mean, you do carry a purse too, so I'll just leave it at that. Fucking do what
when
you do.
when my daughter was maybe 1 or 2 years old, she came into the bathroom one time, and I'm over there fucking saying hi to an old friend. It just felt different, so I stopped. I didn't want her to get used to seeing a dick. I guess I don't know.
I all right, so I can that makes well, actually a lot of sense. So like I get it.
That's why,
However,
yeah. That's why to me, it's no big deal.
yeah,
I understand completely. Yeah, of course I'll go to your urinal. You know what I mean? But
it's just weird to hear a dude say that he sits down on his pee. You're only the second man I've ever met in my life that fucking sat down when he pees. I'll rephrase that. That tells people,
oh
yeah,
yeah,
that's what I do. We had a went to uh, it was a birthday party. We rented a lake house and barbecue, drinks, whatever, fucking kayaking, boogie board, what the fuck it was. So we, I go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, and for some reason, this dude fucking. So yeah, you're in a fucking cabin full of people. If you have to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, even if you sleep naked, do you put on clothes?
yes, of course.
So he didn't. He was in the bathroom butt naked, sitting down while he peed. And fucking, I think I turned the light. He's like, ah, God, don't look, don't look. I was like, all right. And it's like, dude, were you peeing sitting down? He's like, yeah, it's just cleaner. Like, you don't make a mess like that.
True.
That's what I like to do. I mean, all right, that's to each their own. I've just never. So you're literally the second person that I've met on my 44 years on this planet as a grown man that sits down while he pees. And you actually had a fucking very good reason. It's like, yeah, I had a daughter. I just didn't want her looking at my fucking cock. So, I fucking sit down when I pee. All right, that makes a bit of sense. Pretty good fucking reason.
Yeah, it just yeah, and he is right. It is so much easier, and it is so much better for your prostate. Believe it or not, and it's cleaner and just
Really?
yo,
Why is
yeah,
it better for your prostate?
because you're not forcing anything out. It just flows naturally.
You should, if you gotta force it out, then my friend,
No, 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 no. You know the actual fucking
Kegels.
uh, those yeah. For
Mhm.
some yeah, I know you do Kegels, but for some reason I don't know the whole finestics on it. But yes, look it up. For some reason, they say that it helps your prostate. I don't know. It
Oh
doesn't.
shit.
It doesn't overexert the prostate or something like that.
Mm,
I've heard those things.
interesting.
Uh, I don't suffer from any of that shit anyway, but I'm just saying, I don't know. Uh, what else could I say
Well,
about that?
a lot of men need to actually fucking look into strengthening their pelvic floor as well. I didn't know this was a thing, but over the COVID era, so everybody's working from home. Whenever you had to go to the bathroom, you would just go. You didn't actually have to worry about holding it for a period of time. You just the bathroom's right there. Well, you don't use it, you lose it, muscle mass, things like that. So you start to lose the ability to hold your urine longer. And the only reason why this has been reinforced, another podcaster, funny enough. So freaking, was having like what I thought were urgency issues. And it's like, oh, I'll probably need to go to urologist and start taking like saw palmetto, stuff like that. Uh, and honestly, that stuff does actually help with that area. But you still need to worry about like actually holding it, like not going in the immediate instant, even if it's for like extra 30 seconds, because that'll allow you to gain that control. Because when you get older, that stuff starts to diminish because you just don't use it as much. Most kids can hold their fucking bladder for a long fucking time. My wife can hold her fucking shit. Like, I don't even understand. We'll leave a restaurant. She's like, I gotta pee. Like, all right, I'll stop somewhere. No, I'll wait till we get home. We're fucking 35 fucking minutes from the house. She's like, I'll wait. Like, shit, me? I'm like, fuck, I had to piss. I'll fucking pull over.
I used to have a 5 gallon uh
A bucket up
night
before.
alcohol 99.9 what is that isopropyl alcohol bucket, right? That I had a special funnel that I designed as my pee bucket in my van, right? So I would pee in this fucking, and then I would douse alcohol in there, and then put the cap back on, and it's dude, that was my portable potty. Yeah,
Yeah, I
well,
used to put some bottles for years. Like when all those years that Daniel was on the road, they're like, "How do you make such good time, bitch?" I don't fucking stop. Like I will piss in a fucking bottle on the fucking road, and of course, I'm not condoning this. It's not safe. Don't do this. Stop
I've done
stop
it.
at a rest area. Pull over, be safe. Yeah, but that's what I used to do. I used to fucking piss in bottles all the fucking time, and I would legit I'd fill up at the end of the day. The truck that I was driving had like 150 gallon tank, and so
Damn.
yeah,
Yeah,
I had my food on the passenger seat.
150 gallons.
And fucking bitch, I don't fucking stop.
There's no stopping, dude.
Like
I'm
you drove from fucking New York to Florida in one shot? Yes, I did. And they're like, how? Don't
Don't
fucking
stop. Don't
like
stop.
that's it.
That's
So
a 19-hour trip, though. Nowadays.
I think it was I did it in 23 hours from where I want to say I was in Mawa, all the way down down to fucking Fort Myers. That's just like it's not that was in a commercial vehicle too, so it was illegal as fuck. It was. I had I had an appointment. So this is when I was first getting into sales, and they fucking
Oh,
sent me up north, and fucking I had a event that I'd already paid to go to see the speaker, and I didn't want to fucking cancel because you don't get those opportunities
you
back.
don't.
So I drove straight through. I fucking got up at 2 o'clock in the morning and fucking drove all the way back, and I think I got here. That trip was actually more. I think it was like 25 hours. That was the one I came from Ohio, but fucking when I got to there's a bridge that goes over when you're in like just north of Port Charlotte, north of the way station. There was somebody that passed me, and I was going like 80 miles an hour,
Yeah.
and they fucking passed me like I was sitting still. There's a fucking the abductor van, no windows on the side, and there's a dude just hanging out the window, and they were swerving and fucking probably I caught up to him 30 minutes later, and the van was on its side on the bridge, and I couldn't stop. I just had to call 911 because if I would have had an interaction with the state patrol, then I would have been in fucking trouble. So, and I think that's the last time that I actually did that because of that scenario. They were clearly drunk when they passed me. They were intoxicated, whatever the fuck it was. They were all over the road. They were hauling fucking ass. And sure shit, that motherfucker was on its side. And I Waze. I was looking at the Waze app when I got to the house, and that shows you where law enforcement sitting, and that they're probably dead because when I got up in the morning to leave to go to that event, like 4 hours later, that fucking cop car was still sitting there in the same spot. So it's usually a death investigation when stuff like that's going on. But that shit's yeah, no, I didn't stop ever, ever.
Wow, what a story, dude.
I got
Now
fucking
let me ask you a question. What?
I got all sorts of fucked up stories.
Oh, no, but what was your biggest takeaway from that event?
You actually have to ask for the cell. A lot of people don't fucking close because they just simply don't ask because of their fucking nerves. So you go through all this work, this preparation, you put it all together, and then you ask people what they think at the end.
What did you think?
Worst fucking closing question ever. Um, uh, you know, yeah, ask them how they're paying for it. Would you like to do an installment plan and pay for it all up front? Like, just very simple fucking. And that fucking event has made me a lot of fucking money. That one event. So yeah, thank you for asking that because I didn't. Look, like, reflection's a motherfucker. I never even thought about that. That was the event where I actually learned you gotta ask for the fucking sell. And like even my first solo freaking sales appointment, sitting knee to knee, insurance, like uncomfortable as fuck. It was like, yeah, so it was like, let's go ahead and knock out this paperwork, see if I can get you qualified for this product. I go, all right, cool. All right, first close. All right, next one, and just keep on working through the process.
I love it.
Yeah, no, that's it.
And
Huh.
you're right. You're right. A lot of people stop at, they never ask the question, how do you want to pay for this? Because that's how often is that asked to you? You
It's
know what I mean?
also,
Is that
and it's the
exactly?
alternative choice too. It was like cash credit, like
That's yeah. How do you want to pay for this?
uh,
Cash, credit? I'm not ready for it. Really? I'm sorry. So is money an issue?
uh, no. I get paid on Friday. Oh, okay, cool. We can do post date check.
No problem. Oh,
Fuck it.
dude.
It's it's
Sebastian has asked me, he goes, Dad, you're like the biggest laydown. You've bought every fucking course. I said, no, not every course. There's a lot of repetitions out there that you can see. He goes, what? I said, dude, everything has one thing you learn from. One little thing. And that is from everything. You're not gonna learn everything from one fucking person.
no.
You're not gonna learn everything from one instructor. You're not gonna go everything from your first Tony Robbins experience. I've never been to a Tony Robbins experience, but I've seen enough and I've read enough and I've, you know what I mean, to understand how it is. To understand now at this day and age, I don't have to go out there and spend 10, 15 grand, $5,000 for a day to spend with him. I would, but I don't have to. anymore. You know
You
what I
know
mean?
how much that freaking event was that I went to that taught me how to close? 45 fucking dollars. Fucking pennies. Pennies.
I love it.
But what did it cost me? It cost me a little bit of time. It cost me, I lost a little bit of sleep. You met, so
The most valuable asset we have is our attention.
right. And but at the end of the day, how much it would have cost me if I didn't go. So, when I was talking about this shit, you make a commitment and then you don't want to do it. And then you like, fuck, it's really fucking inconvenient for me to actually make this work. But fuck that, I'm gonna go. And then that's the result of it. So I had an appointment yesterday morning with the Google Ads team,
Mm.
and I was laying in bed in the like that morning thinking about whether or not I was going to actually keep the appointment. I ended up not going to the appointment, and because I am so frustrated with the traffic that they've been sending me. So when I just didn't go, and I don't fucking cancel appointments, and fucking they emailed me 15 after. They're like, we're supposed to be on an appointment right now. Well, is everything okay? And I didn't even respond. Um, my Google Ads campaign, the bounce rate is like 98%. So when they're going to my website, they're immediately leaving. And I was like, there's something wrong with my website. And I was like, I kept on fucking, like, you've seen my website. It's pretty fucking clean. And so
It's simple, yeah.
yeah, and like I've got trust verifiers all over the place. I do what's right. If somebody porch pirates your shit, dude, I fucking send you another one. Like that, I don't even fuck with it anymore. So I couldn't figure out what's going on with my shit. I killed the fucking ads. A couple, I think it was on Monday, and fucking my bounce rate went down to like fucking 60%. And I was like, so wait, so you guys are sending me that much fucking trash traffic and just eating up my fucking ad spend and so I was just like, fuck it. Like I don't need to keep this appointment. So I shifted what I was putting on Google to Meta because and the fucked up shit about it is like Google has people searching for fucking t-shirts and discipline and motivational shit. Like when they search it, it's good. They come in, they buy. But if it's my ad campaign, they're fucking bouncing. That means they're putting it on video game platforms and shit like that. People playing Candy Crush on their phone, and fucking the ad pops up, and they're like, dink, 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 and get back to their game. So, so I shifted everything to Meta as of yesterday, and we're just going to start chopping through because I mean, people that go directly to my Facebook and my Instagram pages, they're buying from the Meta shops. They're not even going like they're buying directly on Instagram and directly on Facebook when they actually get to the shit. So I'm just reworking everything and working through that and working on scaling it. Um, but, yeah. So all that being said about the decision to actually do things when they're inconvenient and actually go. I don't cancel things, but I fucking blew off that appointment yesterday because I didn't think it was worth my time. And that says a lot.
Now that's something else extremely important. Learning when to value your time. So in other words, those are two incredible lessons. You know, following through and also knowing the value of your time
You know,
because time it has no monetary. There's no there, time has no monetary value, but it's got all the value.
right?
You know,
Yeah, time is money. Like, yeah, it's so much more than money. It's literally everything. I was listening to a motivational thing while I went to the gym before this today. That's how long I've been up. I was listening to a motivational video on I think it's Motiversity, and he had a clip of Jim Rohn. I know you love Jim Rohn, so he was like, what did he fucking say? It was so monumentally epic. The the most important thing in life is to keep death at a safe distance. It's like people spend their entire life trying to keep death at a safe distance. I was like, holy fuck. Because most people are trying to just survive, live. They're, we know it's coming, but we're just trying to keep that bitch right there. Like, stay back there. And I was just like, it's time.
When you face your fears head on, you ask yourself, I'm telling you right now, the only thing that I have learned that last year was just more of a fucking knocker. He goes, what is the one thing that scares you the most? And just go do it.
No,
Just go do it. Taking action in any direction is that you have to move. You have to move. Can't just think about it. Can't just go, okay, this is how I'm going to do. No, you just have to go and take direction, take action, because you're going to adjust on the way. But other than that, you have to. There's just no question asked. You have to face fear dead on. You have to do things that are extremely out of your comfort zone. It's funny because in my family, the people who see certain things, they don't understand how and why, because it doesn't align with their mentality, with their way of. There's nothing wrong. I understand. There's a lot of love, but there was a comment made. There was a comment made about how I do certain things. Okay. And then that thing was said, well, that he does certain things once in a while, right? It's that as a complaint about me, because it didn't my persona didn't match what their vision of what I should be or what I was or whatever it is in their minds. Does that make sense?
oh, it makes perfect sense.
Okay. All right. All right. I just thought I lost you there for a second because
No,
because what I learned that I was like, you know what? That's yeah. Okay.
the when people because I'm not everybody's cup of tea. Never intend to be. Don't want to be anymore. But like when the boss is like, people don't like you. It's like, yeah, that's not my fucking problem. Well, you don't have to like what I do. Like, the only thing you gotta do, respect me as a man, and know that I'm gonna do the job. That's it. Like, those are non-negotiable. People know my character, and like I had a meeting with the guy from First Form this week, from their Legionnaire program, because they switched my case manager to a different coach essentially, and I was talking to him about me getting fired, and so the whole scenario was like, and like this is what happened. They told me that people don't like you, and I got fired. What, 4 days later, 5 days later, something like that. And it was like, and before I finished cleaning out my company vehicle, I had 3 job offers, and one of those is where I work currently. And it's like, Andy Frisell always talked about become undeniable at what you do. You perform with excellence. You have good values, core values, standards, stuff like that. And then, your employer's competitors will fucking seek you out, and they will give you, you know, what they think you're worth or what you'd actually you demand of it. So, and like when you were talking earlier. And it's like that shit fucking hit me when you're like they already had your name up on the board. They wanted to talk to
They
you
did.
before
They
you
did.
even got in there.
They did. They
So yeah, you had the
did.
salty bitch that was talking shit about you on the internet. And he's like, "Oh, he's a fucking piece of shit." No, motherfucker. Like,
Did.
I am. You become undeniable,
Did.
and literally, that's what fucking happens. It's like same pay rate that I was making before, and the job is fucking easier. Like it's actually a humbling experience because I never in my life thought that I would be the guy on the side of the road raking motherfucking dirt because my guys are moving too slow and then we need to get it done. And I was like, all right, like, dude, you've been on that spot for fucking like 45 minutes. It's only fucking 2.5 feet wide. It's 4 inches deep. Like, you should be able to figure this out pretty fucking fast. And after a couple of times, fuck whatever, grabbed a rake, fucking did the rest of it myself, and went back and fucking had him check it and fucking put some shit in there. I was like, and so some like, yeah, that's a humbling experience. I was like, but what do you get paid to do? You get paid to deliver a product, and if
That's right. That's right.
so that
That's
that's it.
it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Deliver the product. Exactly. That's the thing. When you take ownership in the project, when you take ownership in the job, and that's what most people don't fucking do. They only go, "Oh, I'm only the squeaky wheel. I am only. This is. I was only. This is only what." No, buddy.
That's not my job. What the fuck it ain't. Deliver the product. That's
You
it.
want it. That's it. It's the product. I think, for example, Amazon,
Hmm.
right? It's the customer.
No.
They're the ones that, you know, everything that I have learned about how the flow of money. That's why it's called currency. You have to get into the. Don't
Hmm.
hoard it. Don't. The, it's funny because we have family members who are money hoarders, right? They are on paper extremely. They're. You could say that they're rich.
But fucking current.
Dude, they're doing okay, but they live such miserable lives because all they think about is this is it, this is it, this is it. When in fact, if you position yourself, there's more flowing through certain bank accounts that flows through. It may not be a lot at one time, but look at the time, dude. You have fucking a ton of money, and when you position yourself in that aspect, it it builds you, it flows you, it just it. I don't know. It's just
Um,
it's easier too.
yeah. Well, that's you had some experience with this. You can't really stress about money the way that people stress about money. And well, people that's an unpopular opinion, but if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you're doing it at the best of your ability. Like I'm not the fucking universe guy, but the universe God will make sure that you fucking get what you need. There's a story in
Yes.
the Bible,
Yeah.
or it talks about there's always just enough for the day, and it's like and the stuff that they would try to store up when you as your hoarder, it would spoil,
Thank you. That's
and like
exactly what I was going with that.
right, it would spoil, and then he didn't get to use it anyways. So like my wife used to stress about money, like well, like and we do all right, but she would stress about this bill, that bill, and she's like, it always works out. Like it doesn't matter. Like it's always going to work out. We're doing our best. to do what we do when we do it and how we're supposed to do it. It's like not perfect by any means, fuck up all the time. However, we're still doing our best, and God sees that. And like kitchen, that's a fucking perfect example. It's like, pay for the homeowner's insurance, doing everything we're supposed to do, responsible, and fucking, like, yeah, we're not paying for that. You guys can eat a bag of dicks. Awesome. How the fuck am I going to pay for this kitchen? Somebody
It just
showed up.
happens. It just
Money was tight, escrow refund. Like, it just, things like this just keep on, it's moving around. It is. But on that, what's up?
it's almost as if it was pre-programmed. It was pre-planned.
No.
You see what I'm saying? When you learn to accept, I don't know. It's what you're saying. It's so fucking clear. It's because it's all in our minds. Oh, I must prepare. I must do this. It's your fucking mind. But if you just sit back and relax and just watch the fucking movie, this is exactly what I'm talking about. When you just sit back and relax and just watch the movie and just events unfold, yes, you're gonna have slip ups. Why? Because you're in fucking autopilot, dude. You're enjoying your fucking movie. Yeah, you're gonna have a slip up where you're gonna fucking say a nasty thing. You're going to have an argument. It's part of the fucking movie. But you sit back and go, it's, listen, if you're not happy with the $100 left over in the bank account at the end of the week, you can change that because
Yeah.
in your movie, you can change that. You see what I'm saying? But just know that your daily actions are just that. It's a scene that you have to literally just sit back and go, not take it personal. That's the other thing. Our minds take it everything personal.
Yeah.
We really do think, if I do this, I do this. What happens? Then you have an expectations. If you have an expectation, guess what? There's an opportunity to be, but of course we're human. And that's the whole thing. And then it becomes exciting and so forth. And you think, yeah, oh, I did the right thing. But in all actuality, just sit back and enjoy the movie and
Yeah.
realize, like you said, everything works its way out
It does, but I think you have to do your best to be able to actually make that.
always. But to do your best,
Yeah.
you're always doing your best at your character.
Right. Well, we talked about like you got to play the character, and you can't break
Exactly.
character with your core values, who you're supposed to be, who your perception of who you're supposed to be. And a lot of people will base that off certain things. Like I base it off certain values that I believe that are pretty core on biblical teaching. Uh, and that's why I can say like I fuck up all the time because I hold a standard, but sometimes it's not the best standard as for the conduction, the way I feel like I should conduct myself. But you can't just be a spectator in life. You're the author and the writer of your current story. So I was talking to my guy that's back in Colorado that's taking a year off alcohol. And he trying to get him to engage in 75 hard. I think it'll change his life if he does a whole full live hard program. And he's like going through some shit. Like he's always going through some shit. And I was like, look, bro, I was like, you got to make a decision. Like your baby mama drama and the shit that you got going on, like you can only control so much of that. It was like there's only a couple things I could tell you to do. It was like stay sober, get jacked, make money, because those are three things that you can control. It was like everything else will work itself out. It was like if you're doing your best, it was like you need to be the example that you want your child to see. It's like, and that's coming from somebody that doesn't have kids, but this is what I believe that you should be doing right now, because you got Catch Me Outside for your baby mama, and then you got all this other shit going on. It's like, oh, the only revenge is massive success. It's like if you got this woman in your ear nonstop, 24/7 talking shit to you, it's like You just build a lifestyle that's so freaking amazing that it makes her want to fucking hang herself every time she sees it. So I can't fucking believe that I did this. Sorry, guys. No, that's fucked up, but it is what it is. Like, you make them regret the decision that they made to give you hell instead of investing in you and fucking helping you get through the hard times. Because, you think about the partnership that you have with your wife, the one I have with my wife. Like, she's got my back. So she's not gonna let me fucking fall off the path like too far. She's gonna start fucking talking shit, get your shit together. Like, this isn't who you are. She's not fucking tearing me down, telling me I ain't shit, none of that. Like, none of that. So she can either choose to fucking get the axe and chop you down, or she can fucking give you some fertilizer and help you fucking grow. It's not. Which one are you gonna be? Well, she's the fucking axe. All right, make her regret it. Like, that is the. I'm a very vengeful motherfucker. Like, he's so nice. Jesus forgives. Like, seek him, not me, because I'm fucking vengeful. And like, vengeance is the Lord's. Yes, and I'm his instrument. That's just how I feel. uh, so
Most people don't understand that your success, your personal success, is the best weapon against.
it's the only one. It's the only one that fucking
It shuts them up. Listen, dude. Listen, I love it. I I'm coming up on 30 years with my wife. This is going to be year 29. We're in year 29 that I've spent in this family, you know, that's almost 3 decades. And when I say that, people are, what? That's so uncommon. I am so sorry you lived in that world.
mm,
You know, I'm blessed, and I enjoy, and I make sure and say, "Holy shit, dude!" And here's the thing, though. I am blessed to have realized as fast as I did how this partnership really works.
mm.
Because this is, everybody thinks it's always, oh, it's a 50-50. No,
Motherfucker, you gonna get a
no,
95 couple of these days, bro.
no, dude. I gotta, it's, I, I learned that there are days that I have to pick up her slack because she's given me so much before.
She was
I've
only like 5% that day. Like, it's cool.
Yeah, I've learned it and it's okay. And so at the same time, I've also learned that today's problems are not tomorrow's and they're not yesteryear's either. You know, yesteryear's problems could come arise if I choose to.
Mm.
But that was then. This is now. This is so we learn literally to take every situation that arises that is uncomfortable on a day by day basis. Oh, so this is today's challenge. Let's work on it today. You know, what are we doing today? That type deal, and that I think is tremendous fucking advice because most people just want to fucking. Sometimes you need a day. Just you need. Sometimes you have to be away from each other. Sometimes it's fine, but use the day. Today we're not going to talk. But
Mm.
don't make it into a habit. Remember, we talked about our 3 days? Those 3 days is tremendous. I don't know why. I learned to knock 3 times. And that in my marriage has been fantastic. I have no other way of saying it. You
Yeah,
know,
I never go a day without talking to my spouse. So,
we
like,
always talk, but what I'm saying is when in the argument days, you know what I mean? In those rainy days in any relationship that those there are days where you're like, you know what? I really don't like you today. And And instead of going at each other's throats like for any petty fucking thing, look at the way she eats. Look at the way she put her fucking shoes. Oh, look at that. Look at this outfit that she picked out for me. Oh, blah blah blah, and this and that. Whatever the fuck it is, it's bullshit. Because we're the ones who are making ourselves wanting to argue with them so that we have a reason. See, she pisses me off. Asshole, you're doing it too.
Yeah, it's fucking funny. It's true. It's so fucking true.
So that's why we learned. I was like, you know what? It's cool. You don't want to talk today. I love you. I respect you so much that it's fine. And we learn we learn how to. If I need the day, she'll give me the day. We'll talk, but there won't. And then, there will never be. The only time that there is a major one is if there was a major heated event. You know what I mean? In those major heated events, dude, just make sure you don't go past 3 days. There's people I can't believe in my family. There's argue, dude. We don't go 3 days without making love. If it's not every day, we don't go 3 days. I'm telling you. You know, it's just there's just certain things. There's a showing of affection. I have family members that's like, I got lucky this week. It's been 2 months. I'm like, what did you
That's just crazy, man.
say? What did you
Like,
say?
were you guys sick or something?
What do
Like,
you, yeah, what do you say? It makes me, I don't know, feel gay. Let me look at your dick. Let's see what's wrong with you. It's like, what the fuck? What do you mean? I can't go a day without popping a feel, a
oh
smell,
yeah, she gets really
something.
fucking.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's full
she
groaching. Yeah.
like
It's,
there,
I don't understand.
there's like mutual groping. Like she grabbed my ass, I'm coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is what it is.
I,
Like,
I, I like to be victimized too. Yes. It's, I don't always want to be the aggressor. I talk to family members and Dolly and I, it's funny because even last night, dude, listen, so it's my mother-in-law's weekend birthday, whatever, which she's been celebrating since Thursday. And last night we were out to dinner together, family, and Dolly and I are the only ones who are still holding hands, whispering shit into our ears while the family is talking. And I turned around, I go, you and I have kissed each other at least 10 times this whole time, and nobody here is even fucking holding a hand. I say, are we that
that's
couple?
different. Yeah, that's a little different because I'm not a hand holder, uh, but I hold her hand
You know?
like when we're walking places and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I'm just not. I'm not a hand. I'm not very.
PDA.
It's not even a PDA.
I there
My fucking
I had zero PDA before.
my emotions are so fucking broken that like even she says that she's like, there are other emotions besides anger. And I was like, yeah, I was like, but I don't even yell. She was like, yeah. Um, and so that's been something that like I've had to work on like significantly over the course of this lifetime with this woman because I'm just not the fucking like I'm cool with the head on the chest, sleeping, snuggle, stuff like that. But it's just it's literally something. Even when I was a kid, um, I had a pastor that like he put his hand on my shoulder and I smacked his hand off me. I was like, "Don't fucking touch me." And that just like there's that's just something in my brain. I know what it is, and it's just something that has to be overcome. But so that's not the norm for everyone to be very affectionate, lovey-dovey, different upbringings and things like that. Everybody's got their shit. However, that is fucking cool that you guys are like that. Like it's really cool.
It's
30 years.
very
That's fucking awesome. And it is sad that that's not the norm. It really
30 years, dude. I mean, it's passionate. That's the only thing I can say. It really is. It's We have other women in the family who have whispered and said to her that your husband shows you so much love.
hmm.
Like everybody's, but even the guys are like, dude, stop. And I'm like, no, I can't, you should start doing it.
Fucking gave up, bro.
You should start doing it. You should start doing it. That's all I need to say. Listen, if you're not getting enough love in your house, give her all of the love.
And you might have fucking you might have burned a bridge that you need to rebuild, but you
You
motherfucker,
gotta re-woo her,
you
man.
gotta get them tools out and get the motherfucking work. And
How can you expect it? Yeah.
there's a couple that from my hometown that we had ran into, and like I follow them on social media and I've been seeing things, and I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, and it started like, oh yeah, no, she's not wearing a wedding ring anymore, and it's fucking hot girl summer all the time. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And it's like, you work so hard in the beginning stages of the courtship, or you've met this woman or you've met this man, and you want them so desperately, and then you get comfortable in your situation and you stop doing the things that got them, and then they don't feel loved and appreciated, and they feel smothered, stifled, all these different things. Like, you motherfuckers better get back to work, because the grass is never greener on the other side of the fence. The reason why you're admiring that person's lawn is because they fucking took care of it. They fertilized it, they watered it, they did everything they were supposed to do to keep that shit bright green. They cut it, they manicure it, they maintain it. And it's like, you gotta take care of your fucking shit. And I talk about, like, fucking there's an app. I'm gonna talk to you about the one that came out from Andy Frisella, and it's called the Operator Standard, and it has you lay out your goals, and then it tracks your goals, and the processes that you're doing to to make that happen. Your executable tasks. It's like fucking 75 hard, but just the list that has Arcane, which is Chat GPT on steroids, in it. No, I sent you the link for probably a couple weeks ago. That shit right there. So one of the goals, well, my family goals is to take I think it was like a 2 week trip to Italy, because it's something my wife really wants to do. And when I first started out, like, I put together a little itinerary and researched, what the travel path would be and what's the most cost effective way to do this. And then after I'd done all that, then I put in to spend 30 minutes of time with my wife every day. And fucking, it would analyze that every time I put in there, and I said, this is not in line with your goals. This is not in line with your goals. This is not in line with your goals. And I kept on doing it consistently. And then fucking, I think yesterday was the first day. And it said, oh, this is in line with your goals, because you can't go on that family vacation if you don't have a strong relationship. That's how important that intentional time is to spend with your significant other. Like, even if it's just sitting on the couch and holding their hand, letting them put their head on your shoulder. Like, a lot of us don't do that shit. I had a buddy that's fucking going through a divorce right now because he would sit on the back porch and drink beer and watch football all football season, and wouldn't spend the time with his wife. Great provider, worked his ass off, great fucking father. Um, they love each other, but he wasn't watering his lawn in that area. So, like, it's fucking 30 minutes. I put that shit in the fucking book that I wrote that I still haven't fucking put out. Like I say, fucking 20 minutes of intentional time with your fucking spouse. You're sitting down at dinner. Like, even if you don't want to hear what they fucking have to say, shut the fuck up and listen. Like, it's a little bit of investment in that time. Make it, because I'm guarantee you, your significant other doesn't want to hear what the fuck comes out of your mouth every fucking day. Not all of it.
And also, I've also, yeah, there's a lot of things that are self-reflecting. We have, like you said, you have friends that are getting divorced and so forth, and we have one in our family as well who recently, last night, we got told, that it's official, that they're getting they're definitely already separated, that definitely getting divorced because she has, I guess, multiple friends, and internally I'm like, wow, why is she only the bad person?
The duck's about to break down the door, huh?
I don't know, something, either A, they flew up, and I just heard something big. Sorry. And I was like, why does it have to be her only? Because I mean, he's got to do his part too. It takes two to tango, right?
It does.
It takes, and especially relationships that are that old,
Mm.
So everybody's expectations and so forth. Sometimes we make certain decisions that we just should have done it a long time ago, but we never had the courage to do until, and now people are like, oh, it's so terrible about them. They should have done that shit fucking 20 years ago when they had the opportunity.
Yeah.
They've been miserable. You can see that they've been miserable their whole fucking times.
That's because they didn't fucking they didn't take care of their fucking shit in the beginning.
Exactly. That's where we were going.
You don't get
When
fucking bitter.
from the very beginning, if you're not, your foundations aren't there, how can you have a successful fucking anything? Now, listen, don't get me wrong. You can win the lottery.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Overnight, you can be that guy,
Mm.
but you just get that just means figure it out on the way. Don't
Right.
lose it, and then as you're losing it, go, oh fuck, I gotta fix this. But fix it. But fix it. You know?
Well, a lot of people fucking will try to rebuild the bridge while that motherfucker's still burning. They haven't put the fucking fire out yet.
They
So
haven't put the fire out,
that
which
shit.
is part of facing fears.
Yeah, well, they're sitting there and they're like the shit's still burning. They're fucking like trying to splash water on it and fucking like, but it's you gotta stop it. Like you gotta stop the bleeding. Um, Same fucking shit.
Have to stop the
It's
bleeding.
you gotta you can't fucking give somebody CPR while they're bleeding out.
I have to pee. What time is it?
It's 7:30. Oh, we can call it.
Is she up? Because I know
Yeah.
mine is. All
Yeah.
right.
Go make some breakfast and shit. So, fucking great conversation this morning, bro.
Thank you so much.
Good.
Fucking A. I'm excited to hear more on this week for you.
It's a new day grinding. Truth cuts
Yeah.
deep, no sugar
You have a
coat
fucking great
sign.
week. I'll
Every
talk to
scar
you a little bit
earned,
later.
every win redefined. Unfiltered talk, real ones on the line. From the trenches to the boardroom, we built from the grind. Sweat equity.